Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and Season 23 is about a week away, yet we've heard very little. There's a couple of rumors about what's coming to the game, but today we're going to take a look at everything that's ever been leaked / data mined and what's likely to come in the near future and what has been scrapped. We're going to go over all of that. We're also going to give out one of the Pathfinder Prestige skins. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Well, let's go ahead and actually start off with some data mined information about, well, Arenas, the game mode that is no longer in Apex Legends and was removed and subsequently replaced by Mixtape. Well, actually, there were a number of maps being worked on, one being called Centrifuge, another one being called Frosted, and the last one being called Monument as well. Now, apparently, these are actually still in production. Oz, the notable leaker on Twitter, did actually say that some of them were found recently in the game files. Now, I'm hoping that these actually become new Mixtape map modes because I'm really tired of just playing on existing POIs. It would be nice to get something new and fresh. And it would also make a lot of sense because I don't understand why Respawn would be working on all these maps and get so far into production and then just throw them away. Really hopeful that we see these in the near future, but as of right now, we just don't have a time frame on them. But along with that, there have been some interesting stuff found in the files regarding weaponry. Now, one of them is actually something called a Cryo Grenade, and it was a data mine grenade whose early model appeared in the game files after August 3rd, but it was then removed on September 14th in 2021. It reappeared in November 2022, and it had a lot of people confused about whether or not we would ever see this in the game. And I'm here to tell you guys right now that it doesn't seem like a lot of people made this public, but the Cryo Grenade actually became Catalyst's ability or then got turned into it, and it no longer exists or is being worked on. The Cryo Grenade is not coming in as a new type of grenade. It would be really cool to see, especially because we have a Thermite and then an Ice Grenade. I think that would actually be really phenomenally cool, but unfortunately right now, it just doesn't exist. Now, in terms of weaponry, we Gemini that you can see on screen, the Maelstrom was being play tested, and these that we all saw in the Season 22 leak. These are all very cool, and we know that Respawn is working on them, but there are also some that have not been leaked with gameplay that we do know were being tested by Respawn. There is the Archer, which is a data mined rocket launcher originating from the Titanfall series, and interestingly enough, all Legends possess data mined audio files when they ping one. There was also a model for the Archer present in the game files up until Season 1, and it briefly reappeared in September of 2022, but then it was removed slightly thereafter. But that's not the only explosive thing that was found in the files. There was also the Cold War and the EPG. Now, the Cold War is just something with voice lines, as we talked about with the last one, but the EPG is a data mine grenade launcher originating from Titanfall series. Not only did all Legends have the audio files for when they ping this, but the EPG was also present in the files up until Season 1, and in the Season 5 Battle Pass video for attention to detail with the Wingman skin, the player actually shows a dummy holding the EPG right in front of the player, which indicates that they had models, at least in the Apex Legends game version, that people were going to be able to use. Now, of course, there's also the MKA-00, which was a leaked weapon as well, but this was actually leaked by a dev stream, funny enough, during the Emergent season, which I believe was Season 10 with Seer. When showing how the reload speed increases from extended mags, we moved on to stocks. The weapon's name can be seen below the standard stock, showing its compatibility with the weapon. This kind of meant that the MKA-00 was an outlier weapon similar to the G7 and the 3030, pairing with sniper stocks before, you know, they all started taking that with the marksman. Anyways, this would be the first shotgun that was added into the game if we ever get it. We still don't have any pistols that have been added in either, but it does make it pretty interesting. There are also a ton of other interesting weapons that were found, such as the softball, which is another explosive weapon, an experimental weapon, which was a placeholder for supply drop weapons most likely, but they all had audio files for it. There's also a grenade launcher, a rocket launcher. It is interesting that with the finals with explosive abilities and destruction, if Apex Legends were to ever add an explosive weapon that could actually destroy environments, but I don't know if the Source engine could possibly handle that. Another interesting one is the ammo box. Now, this was actually seen in a developer video leaked during the Genesis Collection event, and there was actually a model resembling an ammo box in the data mine files. It appeared as a rare item in the video leak. However, what is most likely this situation is that this got turned into Ballistic's ultimate, as Ballistic in his early gameplay leak in Season 12 had an ammo box that he would put down and he would be able to be fed ammo, which obviously this is what that is. There were also some other things found in that same exact video, such as a Titan battery, which we all know and love from the Titanfall series. Well, that actually got turned into a conduit ultimate. As you can see, when she throws down her conduit ult, that's all related to Titan batteries. But one that we haven't seen actually come in is the arc tool, which came in two rarities, legendary and epic. And I imagine that when that does eventually come, it'll be something similar to how to open up a vault like on World's Edge. There's also the Crypto Heirloom one-time HCOG optic, which was themed after crypto found in the game files. What's interesting about it is that it had an heirloom rarity. I don't know if that means that at one point we're gonna get skins that are heirloom rarity. Wait, we already did with prestige skins, wow. But this would mean more so for the HCOGs, although personally I just hope this ends up becoming a ranked reward because the banner frames just aren't doing it for me. There are also a number of hop-ups that we know about but have never seen, such as the explosive lobber cover, which was for the L-Star, and it depicts a kind of explosion, which once again, it could be interesting if we see that eventually come in with something like the EPG. There was also something called the Overcharger, which had an unknown function, but all legends up to and including Newcastle had voice lines for pinging this attachment, which means that probably since season 15 we didn't see any voice lines, it was just excluded after Newcastle. There's also the heatsink, which is a potential hop-up, but once again, we don't know the function, and all legends up until Newcastle had a voice line for it, and then it just suddenly disappeared. The heatsink would make a ton of sense for guns like the L-Star or the Havoc. Well, not so much the Havoc, but mostly the L-Star, but it'll be interesting to see if we ever see that. In terms of survival items, we've seen the shield capacitor, which is a leak survival item that came in the size of small, medium, and large, but instead of being consumed, it actually has a cooldown of 60 seconds, which is different than we normally see. It was just like any other survival item and possessed a rare rarity, but we have never actually ended up seeing it come into the game. There was also a banner recovery survival item, which just makes me think that with the perk system coming into Apex Legends, a lot of the survival items we see might actually be replicating Legends abilities, and then the perk system kind of take over how we use different legends and abilities.
I downed an adversary. Right here. Right here. Enemy reacted. How we know you replicate. The whole squad is eliminated. I say so myself until you keep up.
Let me know down below, what is your opinion on the state of Apex Legends, and out of everything that you saw here, what would you most like to see actually still come to the game? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content, and until next time everyone, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.